Welcome back, everybody, to Cheers to Health. Okay, again, my name is Brian Torres, gluten free, uh, the main host here. And again, I always got to have my little man here, my sidekick AJ Tomlinson, and Omar.
What? No.
Omar.
So again, everybody, I appreciate everybody coming back. I know we got a lot of people out there watching us, so I just want to make one thing clear. Okay, everything I say is facts. So don't try to say, "Oh, well, Brian said this. That's not true." It is true. Everything I say is true. Okay, fact check that.
I will always. I'll fact check everything. So
So yeah, take that to the fucking bank.
be on your best behavior and make sure you got the right stuff. Okay. Of course, we'll just wait till you're done eating so you can respond. No big like usual. Okay. Why can't you just be freaking normal, dude? Why? Why?
Bad life decisions, bud. Poor life decisions, bud. That's why.
Yeah, I think everybody can automatically know that once they see that shirt.
So, you know,
What's
know what
fact?
they say. You can't change tomorrow. You can't change your past, but today, you can always change your future. Okay, so be better than you were yesterday. Is that what we're heading towards?
Uh,
I
there.
don't. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really understand what you just said.
I have no
Okay.
idea.
So, life is like a box of chocolate. Okay, you get a whore every different day of the week.
I don't think it's true.
I think you just
No,
gotta keep it simple. From it's an old American proverb. Life's a garden, dig it. You gotta keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on, dude. There you go. Finally, somebody that says something right. Sheesh, dude.
I'm just like a translator, for Brian. I think I understood what he was trying to say. Just couldn't say it correctly
I got my
to
sidekick, boy. I got my
to a way
sidekick.
that the people could understand. Like you've seen the Key and Peele where Barack Obama's got his angry translator.
Explain to us the sketch of Key and Peele.
Have you never seen it, dude? It's so funny, actually. I don't remember which one it was, but one of them. He gets up in the suit, and then like Barack Obama's giving like a speech or whatever, and he's like, "Yo, stupid
He
motherfuckers."
wants us to improvise. He wants to improvise, AJ.
Oh,
He
is that
wants
what
us
you're
to
trying to
improvise.
do?
That's what he wants.
All right, say something, Brian. Go ahead.
Okay, so again, like I was saying, Omar, you're doing a great job on being, just coming back to this podcast. So we
Omar, you
appreciate that.
fucking suck, is what he's trying to say.
You read my mind. See, that's how it works.
Oh, okay. That's no.
Much love, big bro. Much love, big bro. All right,
Anyways,
what's going on today? What's
we're
going on today?
getting off track here, okay? The topic for today is nicotine. Nicotine.
Nicotine.
So yeah, it's actually one of the. Oh god, and look at him. He's holding a freaking wrap like a dang cigarette. Well, AJ's got a
Or they
freaking.
call them fags over in Europe.
Yeah, that's what they call it. It's not supposed to be offensive to anybody. That's what they call it. And you said Europe?
Yep, in Europe.
Yep. I remember in
Well,
school,
that's
but
offensive. That's offensive. So
That's a fact.
dude, fact check. But it's true. I remember people like in elementary that people would try to get away with that. They were like, oh,
Omar said it all the time.
I didn't say it all
I
the
got
time.
videos of him saying it.
He's a liar. Like I said, fact check, dude. Okay. But anyways, nicotine. Nicotine is a hell of a drug, as people would say. I don't. It's not really a drug. It's
Not what they say.
but it's a substance that makes you feel good. The thing with that is, you can either smoke it or you can chew it, or put a little pouch in or whatever. Smokeless or smoking it, either way, or chew it up.
You can snort it. There are certain tobacco products that you can snort.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. The nasal one.
Not exactly.
They also have like obviously like if you're trying to quit smoking and stuff like the nicotine patches and stuff like that. But for today we're over just like the pouches, chewing, whatever, and the smoking, cigarettes, cigars, stuff like that. Uh, but when we do these things, whenever we smoke, for instance, that stuff goes straight into your lungs. And once it goes into your lungs, it goes into your bloodstreams. Once it goes into your bloodstream, it goes to the old noggin, bruh.
So
And
cool. Wow.
guess what? Guess what, dude? No, it gives you. Oh, man, here we go. I was trying to go human with it, dude.
So cool, dude. Oh yeah.
With it. But anyway, it gives you that feeling of, you know, awesomeness, okay? You feel good, it helps you focus and all this. So those are the kind of the good things about nicotine. Like it makes you feel good, but also you will notice some people say that whenever they smoke, they tend to be skinnier and stuff like that, or they don't eat as much. And people think it's because you have something in your hand, but it's actually some of the stuff that it sends to your brain, where it kind of tells you like you're not feeling the hunger cues and stuff like that. So a lot of people do end up gaining weight whenever they quit smoking, and yeah, I've actually noticed it. I remember when the old man stopped smoking, like for a good time, like started gaining a little bit of weight. I was like, is it felt like he was substituting for something else? But maybe that makes sense where smoking was kind of like hindering that hunger cue or the metabolism or whatever it may be. So, but just like once you abuse that thing, like it can be like it could be deadly because it causes cancer, whether it's mouth cancer or lung cancer, heart, all that stuff. But so either way, just be careful with it. Talk to your doc if you're trying to quit, because you can't go like instantly like cold turkey, then you'll freak out. Get withdrawals, just like with anything addictive. Anyways, enough of that. Brian,
Anyways,
tell us, so like boring to you.
if our viewers are here wanting to listen to, is this like blue light? Like what is it called? The waves and stuff like that. The blue sound or the white sound.
Might
If
sound
customers or customer, I'm sorry, but if our listeners are wanting to, something to fall asleep to, please tune in. So anytime you see Omar talking, just please tune in. Just put this on and that's what we're here
hey,
for. Okay? We want to help improve your sleep and we want to improve your health, and fitness. That's our goal here. So Omar, we
let
do
me
appreciate
know.
you for that. Shout out Omar Torres
Let me
uh,
know.
for coming back on the podcast again.
Also, side gigs on like if you really need some sleep soothing, I can talk, record, send it to you. Just let me know.
Or if you need
What's
a
that?
little pet peeve, if something just to
That
you
app, Cameo. You can
Yeah,
find
yep,
Omar on Cameo
there I am.
for a small fee of $5. He will record any message.
yeah, and he'll actually pay you to do this. So he'll pay you the $5 for him to do that. So just reach out to
No,
Omar.
wait,
Okay,
no, that's not how.
$5,
No,
and he says whatever you want, whatever. I don't know, but
this is what happens, dude. Can you tell us about a little bit of nicotine, dude?
nicotine. Okay, I used to do nicotine. I was hooked on nicotine.
I
Um,
used
back
to do nicotine.
back younger days, I used to do it. Not my proudest moments, but I do feel like smoking. I'm not saying it's a good option, but I can see why some people smoke because like I said, for me, breathing has kind of become a bigger deal in my life. I try to focus on my breathing a little bit more. And when people smoke, whether they realize it or not, they're actually taking that time to do some breathing exercises. Might be the best thing because obviously you're inhaling all those toxins and chemicals and all that good shit. But you are taking that moment to take that deep breath in and then just sighing it out. When you go, a lot of people take that deep breath in and then a lot of times they're like, oh. And I mean, you don't even know how good that is just to do those two things there. Take a good deep breath and then just exhale and just release it. Again, I'm not advocating to be a smoker, but I feel like that's why people smoke too, because they're taking that moment away from whatever it might be to take that second to themselves to breathe. honestly, to breathe, to be like, and maybe marinate on whatever's going on. But at the end of the day, they're just taking that moment to take them deep breaths. Again, I don't encourage it because of you're inhaling those chemicals, but you are taking that moment to take the deep breaths and breathe it out. I think that's what it is. But again, I know vaping's a little bit different because you don't have to be there and just smoking it. You're just hitting it kind of randomly. But the old fags, like AJ was saying, the old
Come
cowboy
on, man.
killer, however you call them, just smoke it, fucking ash it, fucking flick it.
What about you, AJ? Since you're over there puffing, like tell us your
Like when I started, dude, I was in high school, like 15, 16 years old when I got my first vape.
Hoarding it.
15. He's
Actually,
15
I
house.
I was actually stealing mom and dad's cigarettes. Actually,
Dang.
before that too, I would steal like one or two, and then go to a buddy's house and like, look what I took from my mom. We'd all
Hard
pass it out
life,
like a little
boys.
doobie.
You a
But
rebel.
yeah, no, I just did it because I thought it was cool. Honestly, that's why I started. Because like when I started like vaping is when like they had the big box mods were like the thing. So like people were blowing like big clouds, and I was like, dude, I want to do that, and it tasted good. So I was like, heck yeah. But then kind of just when I first started though, because like vape juice comes in certain levels of nicotine percentage. So I would get like 0% or 3. Uh, so like it was like barely anything. But then it was like when I joined the military is when I was like, I'm bumping those numbers up. So smoked a couple cigarettes and like tried dip every now and then. Can't do dip, but smoking my vape. That's always been it for me. And Brian was kind of right. Like like at work, whenever I'm just like busting my ass, I just go take a second and just sit there and just breathe, hit my vape, and just calm down for a second. Whether it's like actually like the nicotine like helping me calm down, or I'm just taking that second to breathe or whatever. That's like
I really honestly feel like it's honestly just that moment to take it to breathe. Of course, there's some chemicals in that shit that might help, but I'm a strong believer that if you were just to take that moment to go out there and just regroup, then I feel like you'd be okay. But I understand, it's a more of a habit, and people are like, I don't want to just go outside and breathe. But if you're out going outside and
yeah,
take a smoke break, it's more likely to do that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And I mean, I've met a lot of people in the military too, to where like they like just picked up smoking or vaping, whatever, just so they could get out of like doing work and
Yeah.
just be like, oh, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette real quick, and then like go over to the smoke pit and start smoking a cigarette or like hitting a vape or whatever, just so they could get out of that 5, 10, 15 minutes of
Mhm.
doing work.
Yeah, because I think the civilian side, like if they're what is it, contracted out, what's the whatever, they get like a certain time where you can actually have like smoke breaks, and that's like
It's 15
obligated.
minutes every hour.
Yeah, and I was like, what the world? Dang, cigarette break.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I always heard. That could be completely wrong too, but that was always the running joke.
Yeah, and that's why some people would pick it up, smoke cigarette. Um, but yeah, and that makes sense for the breathing thing. But like I said, some of those things, it'll hit that feel good kind of part in your brain
Mhm.
where it's like simmers you down a little bit, slows the heart rate. But yeah, that's in combination, so I could see why that's a big upside of smoking. But
Again,
man, just,
I'm not saying it's an upside by any means. I'm just saying I feel like that's why people do it, and I don't feel like maybe they don't even realize that they're doing it. Like I said, taking that
Yeah,
moment to just breathe it out, and I feel like that's why a lot of people get addicted to it because what it calms me down. I'm stressed out. I'm gonna go hit the stove. Or I'm stressed out, so I need to go outside and smoke. Maybe just need to go outside and just take a deep breath and regroup. But like I said, more people are more likely to go outside and take a smoke break than they are to take a couple of deep breaths.
yep. And that's what it does. It hits the dopamine, dude, so the feel goods. But if you keep doing it, you're gonna be like, oh, like it's gonna pretty much be like I can't produce it by myself. Like I'm relying on this nicotine to kick on the feel good, the dopamines. So if you like keep doing it constantly, it's gonna be harder to be like satisfied in certain things. That's one of the negatives of that situation. But that's with like a lot of things, dude. That's why you don't abuse a lot of things. You kind of moderate and don't go crazy. But some things like nicotine are addictive, so you get that feel good and you keep wanting it. That's why you keep craving it. Like if you're somebody who does nicotine a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
Yeah, because it was like when I first started like vaping and everything. Like actually, like when I was in the military and stuff, getting like the higher percentage of vape juice, whatever. I'd hit it in the morning, just laying in bed, and then you get that like head high, and you're just kind of sitting there like, yeah, this is cool. Like it just felt good for a couple minutes. So you talk to like everybody too that like vapes or like smokes or whatever. They just like kind of chase that high.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, even when you drink, because I remember um in the dorms and stuff like that in the military, go crazy drinking, dude. And every time we drank, cigarettes were involved, dude, and we're always smoking cigarettes, and dude, it gave you that weird, like different kind of elevation to it, like you were
Yeah,
like lighter. But again, it's that dopamine that make you feel good, kind of like, oh man. Um, but even now, like I don't smoke cigarettes, but I'll have like a cigar a month, whatever, just kind of like because I still like that kind of feeling, or whatever, and I'll have like my little
What feeling?
whether.
What feeling are you missing? Just shoving something in your mouth and sucking on it? Is that what you miss?
Oh, God
I
dang
do
it, dude.
apologize if that was disrupting something, but you just missed. I
Oh
don't know what it is. I apologize. Is that what you miss? Just
man,
for the listeners out there, what is it that you miss?
it's the nicotine, dude.
Oh, that went over my head again, dude. I'm sorry. But
You need
also
to
with chewing tobacco was one that I used to do chewing tobacco too. Um, and that one was more so because when I was working, or sometimes we'd have to work through lunch, and so I'd be hungry, and buddies would have chewing tobacco. I'd put some Copenhagen in the in the lower deck there, and that would help me get through the day. So that I feel like that is another reason why some people do chew tobacco. Especially people who do work. Because a lot of times we're busy. We're working and you don't have that time to go and grab something to eat. So what's more convenient? You got the fucking Copenhagen and just pop one in, and you do like
get.
you do get that little endorphin release, and then you don't feel hungry. You're like, oh, okay, well I can keep going. I can make it till the next break or whatever. But then even then, sometimes you're like, well, fuck, don't got time. Let me put another one in. Uh, but yeah, it can get a little tricky.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I guess I was addicted to was I was chewing for like for like 3 or 4 years, and I'd have the Levi Garrett or and then I transitioned over to the what is it called, the wintergreen Copenhagen,
So
and then I went what.
so you turn into a man. You're saying?
No, dude, the freaking chewing tobacco.
Yeah. So again, you turn into a man when you finally got that Copenhagen.
I got Copenhagen,
There you
and then I went into the pouches, doing the same thing, and then eventually, like I kind of like cut it off because I was like, dude, this can't be good for my mouth. And I started noticing like there was like a little divot,
Yeah.
and that's what happens. Like you end up breaking down that tissue inside your mouth and getting diseases and stuff like that, getting oral cancer and whatnot. Um, like the old famous, what's his name? Babe Ruth had throat cancer. That's how he passed away, and that's because of smoking, most likely smoking and chewing tobacco,
Mm-hmm.
messing them up, dude. Even the greats. But yeah, dude.
Just brought the energy down, dude.
No, I've definitely never even had like. I remember being in like high school and stuff. I had like buddies that dipped, and I'd be like, dude, let me try it. Let me see what this is about. And I'd throw it in for a little bit, and they'd have the Copenhagen or whatever. And then like I couldn't keep it balled up in my lips, so it would get all around my mouth, and I ended up throwing up everywhere, dude. Like
Oh,
it's disgusting. It was. I
oh
could
yeah.
never, I could never keep it like just in like the corner of my mouth or whatever. But like Levi Garrett and that stuff, like I could do that all day. Well, I used to, but I put that stuff in one morning on deployment, laying in bed watching Netflix, hoping to get that little head high. But it went the opposite direction. I started to get like cold sweats and like
Yeah.
my
Oh,
stomach started turning, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit!"
That'll
Had to
happen.
run to the bathroom, and I threw up right there. And yeah, that stuff hasn't tasted the same since then either.
That happened to your
yeah.
boy Kyle. Okay, those Zins. He thought one wasn't enough, so he put like 5 Zins in his mouth
Oh,
at work, and dude started getting the sweats. Started freaking texting me, bro. Code red. Your boy is losing his shit here. And he finally took a few out, and he started feeling better. But yeah, you can't obviously, like I said, you can overdo anything. So it's all about portion control.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not advocating for tobacco here, but just portion control with everything.
No, yeah,
if
none of that stuff is good for you. I understand, like, I do it and it's bad for me. It'll probably catch up to me one day, but it ain't today. So,
so, Brian wants sponsorship from tobacco companies.
Hey, well, if
Hit
you
him up.
just want to sponsor me, I won't say no to a sponsor. I'll tell you that much. I paid them enough, so bring on the money.
Yeah, I've been in that situation where I think I just turned 21 or something like that, and I put like a bunch of the Levi Garrett in my lip, and I was just stuffing the dang Levi Garrett all over my lips. I was like, "Yep, I'm a hard ass," but nope, they freaking it was instant. I was like, I gotta use the restroom. Gotta use the restroom, because it's going both ways. This is not good. It was not fun.
But like here recently, like it's been like a trending thing where people are saying like nicotine in smaller amounts, obviously, not like smoking cigarettes or whatever, is actually more of a nootropic and can like just help you with your cognitive function and everything. So I kind of think that's a load of horse shit, to be honest with you.
No,
I don't buy that at all.
and like I mentioned before, it does help with like kind of uh relaxing you, so it does kind of make you focus in a way. But then again, you can get carried away with it easily, just like anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but nicotine can trigger those kind of like focusing kind of aspects of it. But I don't know. I mean, if they got like some kind of, I haven't looked into it much, but if they have some kind of low dose kind of like triggering points where zone in on it, maybe I don't know.
I only read like a couple little articles from that Dr. Huberman dude, and he was saying that like in like smaller amounts, like the nicotine gum or the patches, like what people use to quit, that like a lot of like college students and like CEOs and like people that are trying to do stuff, they'll use that to like help them focus and stuff. But I don't think that's I don't know. I don't really buy into it. I
Interesting.
I I could never really focus. I remember whenever I first started doing it because I was just focused on the head high, just like yeah, this is cool.
Well, I could see it because, like I said, when I used to chew tobacco, sometimes whenever I would, be working for my real estate stuff, I would put one in, and I feel like it would help me kind of concentrate and be more in the moment as well. Even with certain things where I would get anxious, if I put that in, I feel like it would honestly. I feel like it would kind of calm me down.
I was kind of thinking about the situation whenever AJ was here and we were drinking and he let me hit the vape and I was like okay, like I felt like a little
Which,
way. But
which vape are we
then,
talking about here?
what are you talking about?
Tobacco vape?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, sorry. I thought we were talking about. Well, I'm sorry. I went the other way because I remember one time AJ hit a vape before, and
Oh, you
I
talking
was just
about?
talking about that the other day.
that went
That
great.
wasn't a vape. That
That's gonna be.
wasn't a vape.
That was
That's gonna be.
potato. It was a vape, and it was hilarious.
But yeah, Brian, you got any interesting stories? How'd you start actually
With what?
with smoking? Because you
Uh,
started smoking.
Well, when I started smoking, I think I was just around it so much, and when you're around something, you kind of become your environment. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I was around where, and I didn't buy anything for, especially when I was younger, because I was hanging out with the older crowd. I really didn't have to buy anything, so it was always supplied to me. And like I said, we used to party, or I used to party a lot, go out with the boys, and for whatever reason, the Stogies were always there. And same thing. I might have borrowed a couple from mom and old man a couple times. Know, uh,
I never, mom.
well,
Dad, never.
I did, okay, but I paid you back for it, so we're cool. All right, mom.
Mom, no, mom would leave hers in the bathroom, so, just on the little little shelf. So I'd be,
Dude,
peeing or whatever. I'd see him. Well, I am going out tonight, going to my buddy's house. Why not? I'd just snag a couple.
So that's kind of where
I
it
mean,
started. Like I said, when I was younger, kind of out of high school, though. I think right out of high school. I don't think I did it a whole lot in high school. But I probably did, honestly, thinking back. But I didn't really like smoking. I was trying not to smoke, and then once you get that, like you said, that little high there, it's just.
yeah,
And then
Yeah.
yeah,
same with drinking, man. It took me a long time to not crave it when I'm drinking. I don't crave it no more. I don't really care to smoke at all. Just because afterwards, for me, dude, my shit can't handle that, dude. My shit
yeah.
cannot handle that no more. I mean, if I even, because before I hit somebody's vape or I would smoke one stogie, and the next day it would be like, bro, did I just smoke a fucking pack of stogies or what? Because dude, not a fan of it.
No, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Well, the biggest thing that I didn't like about it was it freaking stank, dude.
Yeah, and then the smell of it is horrible.
I'd wake up and I'm like, oh, dang it, I did it. I smoked a cigarette. Like, because it's wild night or something, and you're like, oh, shoot, I smoked. And like all your clothes stinks now, and your hands are like, you can't wash the dang smoke off of them, or it takes forever. But that was my worst thing about it. Like, I don't think I've ever bought like an actual pack of cigarettes though, except for like my mom or whatever. But it was always like bumming it off with somebody. So I was never like a hardcore smoker or nothing. Cigar,
Losers.
With cigarettes, I really wasn't, but like I said, with chewing tobacco, I bought quite a bit of chewing tobacco.
yeah, I did that one. I did, yeah. Tobacco, the old smokeless tobacco was my go-to.
And then feeling like a cowboy, I just felt like I just felt more
Yeah,
cowboy with it then too.
Just a fucking hog in there, and then
too.
So like a
Because
cowboy.
well, whenever I started, it was with me and Anthony, and we were ironwork, and so we'd get like I don't even know. I think it was Anthony that started it, and I'm like, let me give it a go. And then so that started, and then it continued because I mean I was riding bulls, and I had to keep the cowboy thing, big old liver in. So it was just like kept on, and eventually it was just like, yeah, I gotta stop this.
Yeah.
But yeah, boys, that's the nicotine lowdown. It's the greatest for you. You should try it. Uh, no, it's not. Don't do it.
have you seen that new meme that's coming out where the lady, she's like, "You definitely should not do this. We're not telling you what to do." And then the dude comes in the frame. He's like, "Live, do it."
I
He's like,
think
"Who
so.
are we to tell you what to do? Live." It's from the
Yeah.
show Ted Lasso on Apple TV. That show's so funny.
No, yeah, that's a good show.
Did they come out with
With the what?
the new season?
Season 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When they come out with that? Damn, dude, I'm missing out.
That came out a couple months ago.
I did.
Ah, you
Jason was on the speaking for cops the other day, dude.
tell Brian to put us on blast.
Jason
Let him
Sudeikis, how do you say his name? He's gonna come on the podcast. So everybody, hey, be on the lookout for the Jason. Can you say his last name?
Sudeikis.
Sudeikis podcast. It'll be coming out sometime.
Ted Lasso.
The Ted.
Oh,
Right.
that did?
Yeah.
Yeah. AJ
I
was
didn't
like,
know his real name. I never. I mean, I've seen him plenty of times. I never knew his real name.
yeah, he was a guest speaker, and he was on there, and me and him ended up talking, and he told me about his podcast, and I told him about my podcast, and
of course,
Actually,
sure.
fuck no.
I was like, I don't know. I was like, is this guy just pulling my chain? That'd be cool though.
I gotta stand my game up.
That would be cool, though, but no. It was a virtual kind of meeting there that we had.
Any last words, guys, on the subject of nicotine?
Live, do it. Who
Yeah.
are we to tell you what to
Don't
do?
do it. Don't do it.
Actually, because I
Be
think
free.
Brian kind of mentioned it a little bit, is the Zens. The Zens are like the big thing right now. Everybody's doing the Zennies, the
Yeah,
Zimbabwe. There's a dude that does like all these weird names to it, and I saw like a podcast with what's his name, Tucker Carlson, and he was popping him in. He was like, "Let me get a Zen," and then you see all these athletes zenning it up.
yeah. All the athletes and singers and stuff.
They're not
Yeah,
bad. They're not bad. I've had a couple. I've had a few. Not
yeah,
bad. Again,
they're
I
not
don't
bad.
recommend it, but they're not bad.
Yeah, those ones are more like lab produced, so I guess in some ways they're not as bad. They still are bad, like as in like it's still nicotine, like it's still gonna do the same effects as nicotine, um, with the brain and whatnot. But if you're trying to like quit smoking or something like that, ah shit, he goes, bro, come on, dude, I'm just over here.
What
Like,
happened? What happened, dude? Was that Omar talking? Dude, it works like a. I'm telling you, listeners. Hey, chat. I'm telling you, if you guys want to go to bed, chat. I'm telling you, hire this guy. Actually, just listen to the podcast.
hey, boy, thanks for hitting for the podcast as a sleeping mechanism, dude.
No,
How about you freak
thank you for doing that. I'm not doing it, dude. I'm just advertising for you.
some facts, dude? Jeez. Yep. What happens, dude? Anyways, on the topic of nicotine, that's all we have today. Thank you for listening to Cheers to Health. I ran out of whiskey, but cheers.
Check the award. Award check. Peace out, Girl Scouts.